Hey guys, what is up? We're back with another week of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, and from last week's episode, episode 9. Listen, all I gotta say is, one, Higuruma, despite being a newly awakened sorcerer, he got hands for days. But unfortunately, we're not gonna see him for these last 3 episodes. So part 1 is going to end in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully by the end, episode 12, they make an announcement on when part 2 or core 2 of this entire season, when it comes out, whether it be later this year and say the fall season or early again next year of 2027. So I know for this episode, if you guys saw the preview photos that they had that uploaded yesterday, I also put it on my community post. This episode is going to be focusing on Megami versus Regi. So if you already read the manga version, I know you guys are pretty much hyped for this. This will be my first time again. I have not read a good portion of Culling Games, so I am highly anticipating, because we haven't seen much of Megami since technically the end of season 1. So Megami fans, are you ready today in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Episode 10? Yeah. Gosh dang. Pretty much. That was the whole point. Yep. Who is you? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no, totality, no. How did he get back up there? What? You took out your own, so each body part. So he rips off parts of his body and they act as that is different. Oh shoot, he got burned. Brother. Yo! Yo! Yo, Mega BK catch no break. What? So all of this was happening when Yuji was fighting. Oh my god. Not in some kids. Okay. Not the elephant. You really your daddy's son. You really your daddy's son. Bro. Where did Takaba come from? My God. This is a very awkward. Why is he's the most colorful person right now? Yo, everybody's just awkward, bro. Like, God. Mm-hmm. 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 My bad. Oh my God. he just keeps bleeding from that one little spot on his forehead. He did. Get this man out and Gintama for real, bro. Oh my god. They really pulled off a Gintama. Oh my god. My thing is, how did he manage to heal himself? Why is he standing like that? I did not expect his introduction to be that insane, bro. I'm sorry. What in the Wild West? What? What do you mean what's working? Where did where did he get the paper fan from? No, not the 1,000 Years of Death. I haven't seen that move since the 2000s. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dang. Oh, so that's his technique. Okay. Okay. Oh no, he mad creative. Okay. But oh no, I like Reggie. I like his ability, man. He can literally conjure anything by the use of paper. Oh, I like his technique. I like his technique. Oh, I will have to say between Reggie and Takaba, like probably one of the most creative techniques that they got. Oh, he basically healed himself. Mm, mm. Not him pulling up drones. A moped. Can I have his ability? The convenience of it all. Okay. Oh heck no. Oh. Bro. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Ah. Oh boy. Oh god. I know what he's gonna do. I know exactly what he's gonna do. Hmm. I knew it. I in the exact same situation at the end of season 1. I knew he was gonna do this. He got chopped up by the finger bearer curse in season 1, and he the same thing. Same thing. Oh. Oh. Wait. Okay. Fire episode. I will have to say this. Megami face up against two characters. One helped him, and the other, obviously, he's facing, which is Reggie. And then Takaba came to help him. But this whole episode felt like it was forcing Megami, something relating all the way back to season 1. In regards, if you remember that baseball game and between Kyoto and Tokyo School after the whole incident with the cursed spirits and everything, and then Gojo proposed a baseball game for the kids to unwind after all of that stuff, and then how Megami used a punt instead of going for a home run. And to just paraphrase the conversation, because Megami did seek out Gojo for help and everything, and this was after the baseball game, which the Tokyo kids did win. And Gojo was like, Megami, you hold yourself back. You need to learn to be a little bit more selfish and start to be a little bit more imaginative. Because, with sorcerers, right? The more imagination, the more unique your abilities are, the more it does help you at the end of the day. I'm paraphrasing off of all the information we've had gathered up until this point. And then, so Megami realized by the ending of season 1, when they faced off against the brothers Kechizu and Ezo, and as well as the finger bearer that they did defeat during the detention center, but it came back again because curses never die. They are energy, so they will always come back. Probably not the same, but And then Megami is going back to what Gojo said several episodes before, back in season 1. And then he said, okay, you know what? Screw it. Does his incomplete domain expansion. By the end of this episode, he literally was put in the same situation where his back was against the wall. He was getting ragdolled by his opponent, and he says, you know what, screw it. Also, this is kind of like mirror reflecting back to that part in season 1, because Megami is forced in this position where now he has to become very creative, because in this sense, the opponent he's facing and even the opponent that was helping him, Takaba, are two extremely creative characters. Like, they literally remind me with their abilities, which is technically conceptual wise, because they can bring concepts or anything they want from imagination into reality. It's Kumagawa from Medica Box. If you know Kumagawa's abilities, technically I would say Takaba is closest to Kumagawa. Like, literally anything he thinks into reality, it happens. Takaba uses comedy as his base, right? And then dude literally self-healed through comedy. All I'm saying is, now I can't wait for Takaba's fight, which is going to be later down in the series. Obviously, I did read more so the last of the series, which is I know what happens at the very end of Culling Games going into Shinjuku Showdown, or the Shinjuku incident. So I know more of that, what's going on. But like, again, Culling Games, majority of Culling Games, I didn't really participate in terms of reading. So like, I didn't know it was this bad for Megami when he was facing off against Reggie and Remy and the other guy who literally uses body parts of himself as explosive. And then he heals. So I'm guessing he's using reverse curse technique to excuse me, grow back an eye and grow back a tooth. Okay. But nonetheless, oh my god, like, and the reason I said he's literally his father's son, like, literally we saw what Toji did to Dangon last season, where he took the spear, the three-parted nunchucks, sharpened them up, and then started stabbing Dangon multiple times in the head. And that's what he used the blunt side, which I think is worse, because you're bashing your opponent's head in, and then you said to finalize it, that's when you basically cut him down from the head top. And I'm like, oh, okay, you really are your father's son. My son got blown up. He got stabbed by hair. The last character I saw that was what's her name from part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I can't remember her name right now. Okay, and yeah, he was getting tag team till Takaba came in, and I'm like, Takaba, you belong in Gintama, bro. What you doing here against a bunch of sorcerers? Like, they legit had the moment, which was, to me, completely hilarious. Is that the whole scenery was turning to gray. It was muted, and he was the most colorful object. And everybody was just like... They said, bro, you are not funny without saying you're not. That was the most hilarious. Yo, Takaba, see, I didn't. First off, from the preview images we had, he come in. I didn't know he was gonna come in like that and just start his shenanigans. I didn't. Now I can't wait till we see, because we're gonna see him again. We're definitely gonna see Takaba again. But I did not know his abilities was that even. Like, I knew his abilities were crazy, but like, okay. Man was bleeding from the head top. All I'm seeing is literally when Gintoki got hit with the kunai in his dome. And he's just talking normally towards everybody. And Shinpachi, this is from Yoshiwara in Flames. Not even just the retelling of the movie, but from the manga and anime that premiered many years ago. And then he just turned around talking to Shinpachi like it's a, everyday Tuesday. And Shinpachi's just like, are you okay? Bro, do you not see what's here? But, oh my god, for real, Takaba and I will say personally to me, Takaba and Reggie were the highlights of this episode, because I did not know, especially towards Reggie, how actually cracked his ability actually is, because man thinks of something, and obviously his technique is what called contractual recreation. That's crazy. Because that's concept-wise. You're using your imagination and you're applying a simple command, and then you can make whatever's from your imagination come to reality. Like, the craziest part of his ability is that he made the command saying that, to refresh myself, to heal myself, I'm in a spa. 5-star spa where I'm getting the best services there is. Now I feel refreshed. Whereas Megami is looking, but he got bombed at, he got stabbed at, he got kicked, smashed at, all that stuff. And then he used his strongest technique, which is totality. And totality got done in instantly by Reggie's technique. And by what they're saying with Reggie's innate technique of contractual recreation, by burning a contract such as a receipt with cursed energy, Reggie could recreate whatever was written on it into existence. This was not limited to physical objects, as the effects of services like spa treatments could be instantly recreated as well. Recreated items could be given commands like Shikigami, but they could disappear after carrying it out. Like, that's wicked. I actually like his technique, for real. I really do. And then Takaba was just the cherry on top. The cherry on top. Like, you can't take him seriously, but that's the scary thing. The characters that you don't take seriously are technically very strong, and as we clearly saw, he did a flying kick technique and managed to hit the other Hazuoki in the face. Now they're off to doing their own fight. Hopefully we see their fight next week, because I don't know how that's going to go. Like, you have the guy that uses his body to be an explosives. He's Data, except without the clay. And then you have basically Kumagawa's dad, who uses comedy as a base to just make anything into. That's actually, let me tell you, that conception-wise abilities is actually pretty scary. It really is. If you really want to understand, I will say try to watch the very last episode of Medica Box, episode 12. Medica Box Abnormal, episode 12. And just look up Kumagawa Misogi. He's cracked. Like, I'm sorry, he really is. And then it can give you an understanding of just how dangerous Takaba's ability is, basically within the concept, the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. Then you can probably understand, like, yeah, Takaba, yeah, he's that one. Just be grateful he's on the good guy's side. That's it. That's all I gotta say. But nonetheless, a Mega B focus episode is very much welcome, because we haven't had that since technically season 1. I wouldn't even say season 2, because he was incorporated with the other characters during the Shibuya. But definitely we haven't had like a Megami centric episode since season 1. So guys, do tell me in the comments down below on how you felt about this week's episode of Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 episode 10. If you are a manga reader, of course, no spoilers further than the chapters that were adapted into this week's episode, but do tell me how you felt about this episode versus those chapters. Were you expecting to see it play out that sort of way with Rei and Takaba, as well as seeing, like, you know, what's happening with Megami? This episode did feel very experimental with Megami overall. Anime only. How do you feel about this week's episode, and what are you expecting for next week's episode? And how do you feel about the introduction of Takaba? Do you like him, or do you need to see more of him in the upcoming episodes? The links are in the description box, so guys, go check that out. And also, before I end the video, I do want to give a special thanks to my Patreon members. With your support, all of this is very much possible, as well as also my YouTube subscribers as well. You guys make it worthwhile being on here, and I'm Kimmy-chan, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!